Glorified art thou, O Lord my God. Every man of insight confesseth thy sovereignty and thy dominion, and every discerning eye perceiveth the greatness of thy majesty and the compelling power of thy might. The winds of Tess are powerless to hold back them that enjoy near access to thee from setting their faces towards the horizon of thy glory, and the tempests of trials must fail to draw away and hinder such as are wholly devoted to thy will from approaching thy court. O Son of Being, thy paradise is my love, thy heavenly home reunion with me. Enter therein, and tarry not. This is that which hath been destined for thee in our kingdom above, and our exalted dominion. God testifieth that there is none other God but him. His are the kingdoms of revelation and of creation. He in truth hath manifested him who is the dayspring of revelation, who conversed on Sinai, through whom the supreme horizon hath been made to shine, and the lote tree beyond which there is no passing hath spoken, and through whom the call hath been proclaimed unto all who are in heaven and on earth. Lo, the all-possessing is come, earth and heaven, glory and dominion are God's, the Lord of all men, and the possessor of the throne on high and of earth below. Consider Moses, armed with the rod of celestial dominion, adorned with the white hand of divine knowledge, and proceeding from the Paran of the love of God, and wielding the serpent of power and everlasting majesty, he shone forth from the Sinai of light upon the world. He summoned all the peoples and kindreds of the earth to the kingdom of eternity, and invited them to partake of the fruit of the tree of faithfulness. Surely ye are aware of the fierce opposition of Pharaoh and his people, and of the stones of idle fancy which the hands of infidels cast upon that blessed tree. So much so that Pharaoh and his people finally arose and exerted their utmost endeavor to extinguish with the waters of falsehood and denial the fire of that sacred tree, oblivious of the truth that no earthly water can quench the flames of divine wisdom, nor mortal blasts extinguish the lamp of everlasting dominion. Nay, rather such water cannot but intensify the burning of the flame, and such blasts cannot but ensure the preservation of the lamp, were ye to observe with the eye of discernment, and walk in the way of God's holy will and pleasure. Verily, he who is the day star of truth and revealer of the Supreme Being holdeth for all time undisputed sovereignty over all that is in heaven and on earth, though no man be found on earth to obey him. He verily is independent of all earthly dominion, though he be utterly destitute. Thus we reveal unto thee the mysteries of the cause of God, and bestow upon thee the gems of divine wisdom, that haply thou mayest soar on the wings of renunciation to those heights that are veiled from the eyes of men. And now ponder this in thine heart. Were sovereignty to mean earthly sovereignty and worldly dominion, were it to imply the subjection and external allegiance of all the peoples and kindreds of the earth, whereby his loved ones should be exalted and be made to live in peace, and his enemies be abased and tormented, such a form of sovereignty would not be true of God himself, the source of all dominion, whose majesty and power all things testify. For dost thou not witness how the generality of mankind is under the sway of his enemies? Have they not all turned away from the path of his good pleasure? Have they not done that which he hath forbidden and left undone, nay, repudiated and opposed those things which he hath commanded? Have not his friends ever been the victims of the tyranny of his foes? All these things are more obvious than even the splendor of the noontide sun. Adorn ye the temple of dominion with the ornament of justice and of the fear of God, and its head with the crown of the remembrance of your Lord, the Creator of the heavens. Thus counseleth you he who is the dayspring of names, as bidden by him who is the all-knowing, the all-wise. The promised one hath appeared in this glorified station, whereat all beings, both seen and unseen, have rejoiced. Take ye advantage of the day of God. Verily, to meet him is better for you than all that whereon the sun shineth, could ye but know it. He is supreme over his servants, and standeth over his creatures. In his hand is the source of authority and truth. He maketh men alive by his signs, and causeth them to die through his wrath. He shall not be asked of his doings, and his might is equal to all things. He is the potent, the all-subduing. He holdeth within his grasp the empire of all things, and on his right hand is fixed the kingdom of his revelation. His power verily embraceth the whole of creation. Victory and overlordship are his. All might and dominion are his. All glory and greatness are his. He, of a truth, is the all-glorious, the most powerful, the unconditioned. The breezes of the most merciful have passed over all created things. Happy the man that hath discovered their fragrance, and set himself towards them with a sound heart. Attire thy temple with the ornament of my name, and thy tongue with remembrance of me, and thine heart with love for me, the Almighty, the Most High. We have desired for thee naught except that which is better for thee than what thou dost possess and all the treasures of the earth. Thy Lord verily is knowing, informed of all. Arise in my name amongst my servants, and say, O ye peoples of the earth, turn yourselves towards him who hath turned towards you. He verily is the face of God amongst you, and his testimony and his guide unto you. He hath come to you with signs which none can produce. The voice of the burning bush is raised in the midmost heart of the world, and the Holy Spirit calleth aloud among the nations. Lo, the desired one is come with manifest dominion. O Son of Light, forget all save me and commune with my spirit. This is the essence of my command. Therefore turn unto it. Blessed is the man that hath acknowledged his belief in God and in his signs, and recognized that he shall not be asked of his doings. Such a recognition hath been made by God the ornament of every belief, and its very foundation. Upon it must depend the acceptance of every goodly deed. Fasten your eyes upon it, that haply the whisperings of the rebellious may not cause you to slip. All praise, O my God, be to thee who art the source of all glory and majesty, of greatness and honor, of sovereignty and dominion, of loftiness and grace, of awe and power. Whomsoever thou willest, thou causest to draw nigh unto the most great ocean, and on whomsoever thou desirest, thou conferrest the honor of recognizing thy most ancient name. Of all who are in heaven and on earth, none can withstand the operation of thy sovereign will. From all eternity thou didst rule the entire creation, and thou wilt continue forevermore to exercise thy dominion over all created things. There is none other God but thee, the Almighty, the most exalted, the all-powerful, the all-wise.
Oh